common topic of conversation is that we don't make anything in Australia anymore. I mean, just recently Holden stopped making cars. Well, I know, we make beautiful gardens, but that's not what this story is about. It's about people in small towns making things that are a work of art, handcrafted and really eye-catching. I've headed to Gisborne, northwest of Melbourne, to catch up with an incredibly talented artist whose creations are both beautiful and practical. And here's the artist, Kerry-Ann, and her art. Congratulations on your work. I've admired it for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Kerry-Ann creates the most amazing artwork, which she calls fire globes. And it all happened because she couldn't find what she wanted. A good-looking fire pit that still looks $1 million, even when it's not burning light.
It's made out of 6mm steel, so all of our globes are out of 6mm steel. Yeah.
So it's core 10 steel. They rust up and look like that, but they don't decay, do they?
No, not at all. It'll take a lifetime before it rusted out. This one's called Spring. It's got the leaves, obviously, and the butterflies to represent new growth, so...
So delicate and yet so strong.
Yeah, absolutely. I do them so they look lacy and fine, but they actually have got lots of integrity about them as well.
Kerry-Ann's artistic outlet is your run-of-the-mill factory just outside of Melbourne. Wow. From these domes, which are two half hemispheres welded together, Kerry creates these incredibly intricate masterpieces. Now tell me, from the raw product that we saw outside, to drawing it,
Yes.
to cutting it out,
Yep.
to firing it up and rusting it up, how long does it take, the whole process?
On average, it's 20 to 40 hours, depending on the size and the complexity of the design. I draw a lot of my inspiration from nature, especially leaves, the native flora and fauna. I love anything usually that's Australian.
You make that look so easy.
Yeah, I've drawn a few of these leaves.
So from this, it goes to this. Now, I noticed that there's nothing drawn here on the side.
Yep.
Because you've got to get the firewood
That's
in somewhere.
right, yeah, you've got to put the fire in somewhere, you've got to clean it out somewhere. So, I leave that blank, and then the next step is I actually start to drill holes. So I drill a hole for every start point that I'm going to cut with the plasma.
Then it's down to the heavy-duty drawing with the plasma cutter.
All right, so we're just going to cut a couple of these ones out.
Some artists work with oil and canvas, others mould in clay. But this is what I call art, working with metal.
I kind of like to do things a little bit out of the box. So when you think about women doing metalwork, you don't think that's a normal thing, but there's girls out there doing it, and I'm pretty proud that I'm one of them. There you go. And that's it.
That's awesome.
Easy, right?
Keep going, keep going.
Keep going. Alrighty.
Now, there's two things I noticed about that. The first one is you've got an amazing skill and a talent. But secondly, how easy this cuts through 6mm core 10 steel.
Yeah, it's just compressed air and an arc.
So the arc's exactly like welding, except you're doing the opposite. Instead of creating the joint, you're making one. You're heating up the metal, and then the air is blasting away
That's right.
the slag, so to speak, and that's all the stuff inside. I'm embarrassed to say that I'd like to try.
Oh, I'd love to see you try.
Not nervous much. Now, I'm obviously in very good hands here, but if you're doing this at home, I definitely recommend you go and do a course before you just go and buy yourself a plasma cutter, because they're quite dangerous to muck around with.
Yay!
I do notice that it's getting a little bit darker outside, so as good as they look during the day, I reckon they're going to look even better at night. So can we head back?
Absolutely, because I've got something I want to show you.
Oh, nice.
Well, this is a piece I created specifically for you. This is yours to keep. So I think it indicates, I mean, I've shown you've got you and your daughter and Danny, and the trusty old Land Rover in the background there.
Well, you.
To represent, you know, a little bit of your patch of Australia.
Some sunflowers that I've grown.
Yep.
Oh, I love it.
Thank
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you so much. Oh, I love it. But it's a night when these amazing sculptured fire pits come to life. I'm so glad we've come back and seen it like this because it is priceless and timeless. It's a perfect 25th wedding anniversary present or a gift.
Yeah, and they only get better as the night gets darker.
Oh, I'm going to settle in, trust me. Not only art, but art on fire.